So the housing industry is on a roller coaster. And if you're in the market, chances are you're probably confused because of the headlines that are out there. But despite the dark clouds looming on the economic horizon, the housing market in the OKC Metro has shown some resilience. And in this video, we're going to dive into the February numbers to give you a comprehensive breakdown of each area in the Metro. So be sure to stay to the end where I explain why we saw a wave of higher closings and what the March numbers, when they come out, might tell us. So if you want to know which areas are hot and which ones are not, grab a seat because I've got some crazy findings for you. Okay, so we'll start by looking at the overall Oklahoma City Metro. The median sales price fell by about 2% to $235,000, which is still 1.3% higher than last year, February 2022. The number of closed sales in February rose by 18%, and the pending sales, meaning the home that have a contract waiting to close, rose by 4.9%. So with the new listings coming on the market decreasing by 1.5% and the wave of higher closings, it really explains why we have a drop in our available inventory, which is now down to 2.1 months. But looking at the entire overall Oklahoma City Metro doesn't always reflect each city in the Metro accurately. So let's take a quick dive into a couple of different cities to see what's happening on the ground. And if I don't cover your city, or if you want a deeper dive into a certain city, just let me know in the comments. So let's start with Edmond. Now, as I've mentioned before in videos like the top 5 suburbs of Oklahoma City right here, Edmond is one of the most expensive cities to live in. So let's take a look and see how Edmond's doing. Now, the median home sales price actually rose quite a bit by 12.3% to almost $372,000, which is 5.6% more than the home prices were last year, February 2022. And the number of closed sales in Edmond rose 9.7% from January, and the pending sales rose 4.5%. There were 314 new listings that came on the market, which rose up 1% from January. So with all that, the available inventory stayed pretty steady at 1.9 months. All right, so now on to Yukon, and I'm kind of shocked at this, but the median home sales price took a nosedive by 10.3% to $252,000. And it's also a 3.1% drop from last February 2022. The number of closed sales in Yukon rose 40%, and the pending sales rose 18%. There were 215 new listings in February, which rose by 1%, and the available inventory stayed steady at about 2.3 months. Okay, so let's check out Norman and see what's going on there. So the median home sales price stayed pretty steady at $255,000. The number of closed sales in Norman, it rose 29%, and the pending sales rose 19.4%. There were 133 new listings in February, which rose by 3%, and the available inventory dipped to 1.7% month supply. Now for Moore. So what's going on in the city of Moore right now? Well, the median home sales price rose by 11.5% to just over $217,000, which is 3.4% more than February of last year. The number of closed sales in Moore rose 20.7%, and the pending sales, it actually dropped for the first time in the cities that we've looked at so far by 8.8%. It's quite a bit. There were only 47 new listings in February, which is also, a drop. And the month supply of inventory sits at 1 month. Okay, so next is Mustang. Mustang is another city where the median home sales price took a dive by 17% to $235,000, which is down 31.6% of February last year. The number of closed sales in Mustang rose 11.4%, and the pending sales rose 8.3%. There were 58 new listings in February, and the available inventory dropped slightly to 2.1 months. Now, the last city that we're going to look into today is Oklahoma City. With Oklahoma City, we could really break it down into areas like Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, but for this video today, we're just looking at Oklahoma City as a whole. So the median home sales price took a dive by 3.5% to just over $217,000, which is still up 0.6% from February last year. The number of closed sales in Oklahoma City rose by 17%, and the pending sales stayed pretty steady. There were 482 new listings in February, and the available inventory dropped slightly to 1.4 months. Okay, so now that we've broke down a few cities, let's do a quick comparison look. When we look at the comparison, we see, of course, that Edmond is still the most expensive. Plus, the home prices went up 12.3%, making it even less affordable. Now, if you're in the market to buy, cities like Yukon and Mustang, they would be really great choices right now. You know, their home sales price went down by a good chunk of change. Mustang home prices right now are even cheaper than last year at this time. So, you know, if we're looking for the best housing affordability, that would be more. Even though the median home sales price rose by 11.5%, it's still the city with the most affordable price that we covered today. You know, so as you can see, the Oklahoma City Metro as a whole is still showing resilience, you know, despite the economic horizon. Many cities are showing strength, while some have dipped a little bit, making them more affordable for buyers. So this goes to show that a lot of the buyers took advantage of that rate drop in January and started shopping for homes. So these numbers are likely a factor of that buying spree. You know, now that interest rates have ticked up a little bit, we're gonna see if the spring season that's about to kick off has some staying power, or if this was just a product of the mortgage rate drops. I go over the Oklahoma City Metro market update like this every month in my Living Local newsletter. So if you'd like to get that info automatically sent to you every month, go to the pinned link and in the comments and sign up to be a part of our Living Local family. Also, comment your thoughts below, and you know, if there are any cities that you want to dive deeper into, or if I didn't cover a city that you're interested in, comment those as well. And check out this video on the top 5 suburbs of Oklahoma City. You know, it gives a deeper dive into the cities that we talked about today and what they have to offer.